Hi viewers, welcome back to our channel Make Math Easy. Today we are going to discuss some more important and interesting problems from increasing and decreasing function. Already in the last class we learned how to solve the trigonometric based increasing and decreasing function. Now we will see some more interesting problems with respect to normal algebraic based questions, right? So let's get started. See this one. Find the intervals you have for the function f of x is equal to x cube plus 1 by x cube is increasing and decreasing. Okay. See, as we already discussed, we are having two important models with respect to increasing and decreasing. The first model 1 is about how to prove that the function is increasing or decreasing, and the second model is about how to find the intervals in which the function is increasing or decreasing. So you can easily identify that here we have to find out the intervals. So let us follow according to the procedure. The first step will be you have to find the differentiation for this. So if you apply f dash of x for this, x cube differentiation is 3x square, and this is nothing but x power minus 3, which will give you minus 3x power minus 4. So if you further simplify this question, 3 into x square minus 1 by x power 4 you are getting. So if you further simplify this, you will be getting 3 into x power 6 minus 1 divided by x power 4. This is f dash of x. So our next task is, as it is a question related for the intervals or finding the intervals for which the function is increasing or decreasing, we have to equate f dash of x to 0. So my next step will become, I am equating f dash of x to 0. That means 3 times of x power 6 minus 1 divided by x power 4 is equal to 0. From this what will happen, I will try to get the values for x here. So after simplifying this, we will be getting x power 6 minus 1 is equal to 0, x power 6 is equal to 1. Now the main question comes here is how you are going to get the values for this. See, simple thing, it's an even power, so you will be getting the values of x as an plus or minus 1, right? Because you can write this as an x cube whole square, and if you simplify this, you will be getting the value of x as an plus or minus 1. So when you try to represent in the number line, you will be having minus infinity, somewhere minus 1 and then 1, and then you are having infinity. So now you are having 3 intervals here. This is the first interval, second interval and third interval. Now you have to identify where you are having the function is increasing and decreasing. Okay. So as we learned already before, let us make a tabular column now to find out the intervals as well as the sign of f dash of x, because of which you will come to know where it is increasing or decreasing. Okay. So now let us try to fill in this. First interval is minus infinity to minus 1, second is minus 1 to 1, and then 1 to infinity is the another interval. Now as I told you, as we discussed already before, that which one you have to use for checking the sign of f dash of x. It's a simple thing. Before equating to 0, whatever f dash of x you are having, try to use that. That will help you to arrive at the answer in a simple way. Now see here, in between minus infinity to minus 1, let us say I am taking a point something like a minus 2. Okay. So now try to substitute minus 2 here. This is 4 and this is 1 by 16. So obviously this entire term will become a positive, indicating that the function is increasing, right? Now consider a value from minus 1 to 1. Let us take say some 0.5. So you might have understood why I am not taking 0, because if I take 0 here, 1 by 0 will become infinity. So if I substitute 0.5 here, this will become 1 by 4. So 3 into 1 by 4 minus, even if I substitute 1 by 2 here, it will become 16, because that 2 power 4 will come to the numerator, and obviously this entire number is negative. So f dash of x is negative means it is a decreasing function. Come to the next one, 1 to infinity. You can again substitute 2. Again 2 power 4 minus 1 by 2 power 4. I mean 2 square minus 1 by 2 power 4. Again it is a positive number, so the function is increasing. So you can come to a conclusion that in these two intervals together the function is an increasing, and only in this particular interval the function is behaving like a decreasing function, right? Hope this question is very clear for everyone. The main important thing that you have to notice here is whenever you are having this type of higher power, how to simplify this, that only you have to notice here. I will just quickly explain some more thing about this. You see here x power 6 minus 1 you are having now. If you want, you can write like this. This is x cube whole square minus 1 square is equal to 0, correct? I am just sending this 1 to the left side. X cube whole square minus 1 square is equal to 0. This is of the form a square minus b square. Then I will write a plus b into a minus b is equal to 0. If you simplify this further, x cube is equal to minus 1, x cube is equal to 1. So if you remove this cube root, you will get x is equal to minus 1. From this you will get x is equal to 1. So how you are getting minus 1 here? Simple reason, minus 1 power whole cube is nothing but a minus 1 itself. So the possible values of x will become plus or minus 1. And even the another simple thing that I can tell you is, whenever you are having even powers, try to remember that directly straight away always you will be getting both plus or minus values. Only when you are having the odd powers, for example, if I have a statement like this, say x cube minus 1 is equal to 0. This is an odd power. For this case you won't get a plus or minus, because a cube minus b cube formula, if you see, a minus b, a square plus b square plus ab is equal to 0. So if you see here, this is x is equal to 1 is the first case, and x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. So this case is impossible, because for this x square is always greater than x. Even if you substitute the negative value also, x square will always dominate the value of x, and on the top of that you are adding 1. So generally there is no scope for this function to be equated to 0. So the only solution that we will be getting is x is equal to 1. So that's why in case of an even power, you can straight away write the answer as an plus or minus 1. Whereas if you are having any odd power, you can think you will be getting only plus value as an answer. Okay, that is nothing but plus 1. Now let us see some more important problems. Yeah, this question we will see. Show that the function y is equal to log of 1 plus x minus 2x divided by x plus 2 comma x greater than minus 1 is an increasing function. Is an increasing function. See again, this is another important question. They are asking us to prove that it is an increasing function. So it will come under the category 1, that we have to prove it is an increasing function. We already discussed whatever may be the function, if it comes under the category of model 1 or model 2, our approach is the same. That's nothing but we have to apply differentiation. So let's apply differentiation for this. Dy by dx is equal to log of 1 plus x, differentiation is 1 by 1 plus x. Inner differentiation for this will be 1 anyway. And here I have to make use of the division rule. So x plus 2 whole square, x plus 2 into 2x differentiation is 2 minus 2x I will keep as it is, x plus 2 differentiation will become 1. So this is equal to 1 by 1 plus x minus 2x plus 4 minus 2x divided by x plus 2 whole square. So now you can observe here 2x and 2x will get cancelled and you are getting 1 by 1 plus x minus 4 divided by x plus 2 whole square. So we already discussed before that whenever you are having a case of proving for an increasing or decreasing function, please try to simplify to the maximum and then come to a conclusion. So here still I am having a scope of simplification by taking the LCM here as 1 plus x into x plus 2 whole square, and this is x plus 2 whole square minus 4 times of 1 plus x. Now simplify this further. X plus 2 whole square means x square 4x plus 4 minus 4 minus 4x divided by 1 plus x and then x plus 2 whole square. Now 4 minus 4, 4x minus x, everything will get cancelled out, and whatever dy by dx left out, if you rewrite that, we will be getting x square divided by 1 plus x into 2 plus x whole square or x plus 2 whole square. Now this is the simplified one. You don't have any further scope of simplification. And here there is no point of expanding this 2 plus x whole square. Why? Because you need to prove that it is an increasing function. Increasing function means f dash of x should be greater than 0. If it is already a square number, then means it's a positive number, right? It is always obviously greater than 0. So there is no point of expanding square related terms under. Now see, x square, power is an even number, so obviously it will be a positive greater than 0 number. 1 plus x, we will think of it little later, and then 2 plus x whole square you are having. 2 plus x whole square is anyway greater than 0 because again you are having square here. Now come to this 1 plus x, whether it is greater than 0 or not, you have to come to a conclusion. Here, if you observe in this question, they mentioned another thing, that is x greater than minus 1. X greater than minus 1 means the input that you are going to give here will take a value greater than minus 1. So that means from minus 1, minus 0.5, 0, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, like that. I mean, even in between decimal values also will be there. And if you see here, if I rewrite this inequality, x greater than minus 1, from this if I send to the other side, x plus 1 is greater than 0. So that means 1 plus x is greater than 0 means indicating that it is a positive number. So that means the denominator here is a positive number, and obviously x square and x plus 2 whole square, we came to a conclusion that they are positive numbers. So this entire fraction is having all the positive numbers. Obviously dy by dx value is greater than 0. When dy by dx is greater than 0, then you can say that the function is increasing function. Hope this is clear for everyone. The only thing is how you can be able to prove that it will be greater than 0. You just have to look at the entire question completely and thoroughly, and you have to come to a conclusion how to find that whether it is increasing or decreasing. That is the important thing. Now let us see one last problem from this topic, and from the next class or next video onwards we are going to discuss about only next topic, that is tangents and normals. As of now, last question from the topic increasing and decreasing. This is another important thing, same only, but why I am teaching this is you will come to know. Find the intervals in which the function f of x is equal to x power 4 minus 8x cube plus 22x square minus 24x plus 21 is increasing or decreasing. See, it is just similar to the previous questions only, but why I had taken for this question is because if you observe here we are having x power 4. That means if you apply the differentiation you will get a x cube term. Generally we will have an idea of how to factorize the quadratic polynomial. You don't have any problem with that case. But when it comes to a cubic polynomial, students used to feel difficulty. That's why I am going to teach this question now. So we have to find the intervals, which means it's a model number 2. You have to find f dash of x and you have to equate to 0. So find the differentiation for x cube minus 24x square plus 44x minus 24. So you can observe here 4 can be taken common, x cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6. Right? So this is what you are getting. Now the main problem is how you have to identify the factors for this. My simple suggestion is both, even whoever is setting the question paper, we usually think in such a way that in this cubic equation or expression that you are getting, we used to give you a simplified factors for that polynomial, right? So which means that you can straight away check x is equal to 1, x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to 2, x is equal to minus 2. First you have to check among these factors, is anyone satisfying the given cubic polynomial or not. Mostly at one of these factors will satisfy the given obtained cubic expression, because there is no point of spending lot of time on factorizing the cubic polynomial during the 12th examination. That's why the question paper will be designed in such a way that you will be getting one of these factors in for the cubic polynomial. If you observe here, if I substitute 1 here, I will be getting 1 minus 6 plus 11 minus 6. I am getting it as a 0, which means that x minus 1 is a factor of that polynomial, because x is equal to 1 is satisfying, means x minus 1 will become the factor of this polynomial. So now what I will do, I will do the long division here. X minus 1, x cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6. So I have to multiply with x square, x cube minus x square. Do the further simplification, minus 5x square plus 11x minus 5x square, and then plus 5x. So again change the symbols. This will be 6x minus 6 and then plus 6. 6x minus 6 is equal to 0 you are getting. Now the point that you have to understand here is the f dash of x, whatever you are having here, can be written as 4 into x minus 1 into x square minus 5x plus 6. Now see, you have a further chance of simplifying this normal factorization of a quadratic polynomial. I can write the roots as a x minus 2 into x minus 3. Right? So as I told you, whenever you are getting a cubic equation and after finding the differentiation, don't worry about that. At least one of the roots, x minus 1, x minus 2, x equal to minus 1, x is equal to minus 2. One of these roots for sure will satisfy the given equation. The only thing is you just have to identify the factors. Now obviously our next step will become, we have to equate f dash of x to 0, and then you will be getting x is equal to 1, 2, 3 as the solutions of this given f of x function. So that means if you just draw the intervals, you will be getting minus infinity, 1, 2, 3 and somewhere infinity. So now you have to form the intervals where, and you have to identify where you are getting the positive sign and negative sign. So I will take a values from minus infinity to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and the last is 3 to infinity. Okay. Now you can take any test point of your wish, but you have to cross check in the f dash of x before equating to 0. As we discussed before itself, if you just try to substitute in the before equating to 0, by the time itself f dash of x is maximum simplified, and it will be easy for you to understand what is the sign of f dash of x, whether it is positive or negative. For that sake only we usually say before f dash of x equal to 0, whatever term is there, try to take that for identifying. Now in between minus infinity to 1 I will take 0, and if I substitute 0 here, 4 is a positive, 0 minus 1 negative, 0 minus 2 negative, 0 minus 2 negative. So finally it is a negative sign, so that's why this is a decreasing function in this interval. Come to 1 to 2, I can take 1.5, Substitute here 4 is a positive, 1.5 minus 1 is positive, 1.5 minus 2 is negative, 1.5 minus 3 is negative. So finally you are getting all terms are positive. Final result sin of f dash of x, that leads to increasing function. Come to 2 to 3, I can take again 2.5. 4 is a positive, 2.5 minus 1 positive, 2.5 minus 2 positive, 2.5 minus 3 negative. So again finally it is a negative, so it is a decreasing function. Come to the last part, 3 to infinity, I can take 3.5. 4 is a positive, 3.5 minus 1 positive, 3.5 minus 2 positive, 3.5 minus 3 is also positive. So as the entire thing is positive, finally my result is an increasing function. So that means in the first and the third interval the function is decreasing, whereas in the second and the fourth interval the function is increasing function. So the takeaway from this question is, whenever you are having a cubic polynomial, don't worry about that. You just have to take care of how to factorize this polynomial, and out of which generally x equal to 1, x equal to minus 1, x equal to minus 1 by 2. These are the general factors that will satisfy the cubic polynomial, and accordingly you will get the factors, right? So this is the last important model from the increasing and decreasing function. In the next video we are going to start the topic tangents and normals, right? Hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, you can just try to subscribe our channel, and if you have any doubts you can just post in the comment section. Thank you.